my lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today I want to talk about swearing. I swear at work, I swear outside of work, I swear in the car, just to share a few of the spots where I swear. But today, specifically, I want to talk about swearing in the workplace. So when we swear, sometimes we get labeled things like crass or uncouth. Sometimes we get criticized for maybe having a limited vocabulary, and that's the reason why we resort to these four-lettered words. But I totally disagree. I have a very vast vocabulary, yet I've never found a synonym for the F word. The F word for me is my favorite word, my favorite swear word. It's only one syllable, yet it packs so much meaning. It could be used when things are going well, when things go wrong, when we're excited, when we're frustrated, and you can even replace an exclamation mark at the end of a sentence with it. So for me, when people are sometimes swearing at work, and to be clear, when I say swearing at work, I'm not talking about swearing at people. It's never a good idea to be swearing at people. I'm talking about swearing about circumstances, good or bad, that come up, and just expressing yourself, but never at somebody. So I find that when people are comfortable enough to be swearing at work, it usually triggers that it's, like real talk. Like, I'm not saying things that are scripted. I'm not trying to be appropriate. I'm honestly telling you what's on my mind, those are the conversations that I really love. So, and I still recall this one project that I was on, where there was an organization that wanted to terminate a contract that they had with their vendor. And the business leader that I was working with was intent on coming up with a bunch of scenarios in terms of how we could possibly salvage the relationship. So we spent weeks and weeks running all these different scenarios. The issue was that the direction from above was terminate the contract as soon as possible. So then I found myself in this meeting with the executive that was responsible for this particular contract, and he shared some of his views in that discussion. First thing he shared was the fact that we needed to exit the contract as quickly as possible, which was always the direction. Second thing he shared was that he was very frustrated at how long it was taking us to complete this activity. And thirdly, he hinted that should there continue to be delays, there would likely be consequences. The thing about it is that he expressed all of those sentiments using just 5 words that created a very colorful phrase. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It wasn't aggressive. He wasn't swearing at any of us. But I walked out of that meeting with a very clear understanding on what it is that the expectations were. So I thought I would share just a few hints in terms of successfully swearing at work. First thing I would say is pay attention. If you've never heard anyone in your organization ever utter a swear word, it's probably not a good idea for you to be the first person to do that. And you should probably stick to words like fudge or holy cow. Second thing that I would suggest is just ask. So ask somebody if they're comfortable with it. So I tend to first swear and then quickly catch myself and backtrack and say, oh, by the way, are you okay with swearing? Are you comfortable with swearing? And people will tell you the truth. They'll say yes, they'll say no. I have lots of friends who don't swear, and we still manage to have very engaging conversation. I want to restate that it's not about swearing at people. It's about circumstances, good and bad, and just expressing yourself, but never directed at an individual. And finally, I would stick to low-grade swear words. The F word tends to be par for the course in the corporate world, but I would stay away from gender-specific swear words, as well as those words that tend to be particularly inflammatory. And if you're not sure what those are, I would suggest that you Google it, because I was actually blown away at the volume of web pages that are dedicated to helping people navigate swearing in the workplace. So there's a lot of content out there. So here at My Lemonade Stand, I share strategies on how to successfully navigate the corporate world authentically. So I look forward to sharing topics like this one with you in the future. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I post a new one every Thursday. Also look out for the launch of the audiobook for Thrive, which is being released in June, and feel free to follow me on my social media accounts. Thanks again, and see you next time.